The stream is currently offline. We'll be live soon. In the meantime, check out these amazing PetPyves projects.
You can't choose to live. You can't choose to die. But you can choose to change.
For the past 12 days, you lent me your soul, mind, and body to help 12 individuals scattered across the earth.
Oh my god! What happened to me?
No, you ruined it!
Thank you, my guardian angel.
Call it an eye for an eye, Xenia. We're even.
Hold on, May, I've got you!
You wanna go so bad to go!
Love is not a choice, Mom. Race is not a choice.
I can't do this! No!
Let me go! No!
Thanks for nothing, guardian angel.
Are we family now?
What if I can't do it?
What are you doing? Go! Run! Run!
If we could change, we would.
Aren't I kind of lying about who I am by doing this?
Strong and patient.
Lily! Lily, where are you?
But now, you have to make a choice.
May!
May?
May!
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 No!
May!
No! No!
May!
No!
12 is the oldest story on my channel. It started back in 2015, just 1 year after I started my YouTube at all. Animation at all. This was a very ambitious project. I had nothing more than my iPad, my fingertip, and a dream. And somehow, through collaboration with other passionate artists, voice actors, and writers on YouTube, we were able to make this PMV series a reality. The idea for 12 came to me in a dream, like many of my story ideas do. So during high school, I would sketch out different characters, write out different plot lines, and eventually 12 started to come to be. It was digitalized, and through many different character designs and many different concepts, we finally landed on the series that we know and love today. Of course, I really wanted it to be fully animated, but at the time, that was just not feasible. I didn't have the skill set, the time, the energy, or the funding to do such a thing. So adopting that PMV style was very important for the survival of this series. I truly believe that 12 was completed because of the format that I chose to tell the story in. At the time, it did get some pretty heavy backlash considering it wasn't fully animated and fancy like all the other Wolf series on YouTube. Now it's become a staple. Animatics and PMVs are almost predominantly found all over YouTube nowadays. And I'm very proud to say that 12 was definitely one of the first in our community to be one of the standalone PMV series that actually saw through all the way to the end, with our grand finale literally being a movie-length premiere. 12 is about this teenage girl named May who's a bit of a brat. She ends up dying in a storm and meeting a reaper named Imp in a pocket watch. In order to gain her life back, she has to gain some empathy and live the lives of 12 other people across the world and help them change their circumstances for the better. Throughout this slice of life adventure, May learns a lot of lessons along the way, learns some terrible secrets about her compatriot Imp, and has to make one final decision whether she is going to keep the changes that she has made to these people's lives, or if she is going to sacrifice them. The sprawling world of 12 and Origins takes place in a universe that I call Morth. They have Reapers, they have magic, they have portals. It's like our Earth, but slightly different, and I think that's just close enough to our lives enough that we can relate to these vessels, we can relate to May and Imp, but also get pulled into this world of magic and wonder. To those who grew up with this series and find it quite nostalgic, as it is now almost 10 years old, they can attest that this series will change your life. It has certainly changed mine throughout the years. It is a story that I hold very near and dear to my heart. It is my first Sparkle Cat OCs. It is my first real completed animated feature, and it is one of the most important stories on my channel, and I highly recommend you check it out if you haven't already. Thanks for sticking around. The live stream will start soon. In the meantime, why don't you check out this amazing PetPyves project?
I got in? Oh my god. Oh god.
Oh, crap. Are they villains?
Just another day in Halcyon.
What was that?
Isn't it obvious?
Newbie, my old friend, I promise, I will find you soon.
Pretty soon, everyone's gonna know who I am. Just you wait.
Good.
Halcyon City is known for its league of crime-fighting heroes, something these superpower teens are not sure they want to be a part of yet. Their new school specializes in rehabilitating villains to be by shaping troubled students into heroes of tomorrow. Yeah, right. No one ever tells superpower kids like them who to be or what to do. Not their parents, not their peers, and certainly not their teachers. But the city requires them to attend Brightside Institution due to their record. Or they just happen to be out of range of literally any other school in the city. Lucky them. Who knows? Maybe this rundown villain babysitting service could be fun. At least to destroy, if anything else. Welcome to Brightside, a Masks RPG campaign. This was a game that started in the peak of the pandemic during 2020, with me, PetPyves, as the GM, and a bunch of very talented voice actors. This is a tabletop role-playing game centered around troubled teens with superpowers who don't know if they fight for good or evil. The journey follows its players and their characters as they develop at Brightside Institution for the Gifted. It takes place in the wonderful world of Halcyon City, a super society filled with aliens, superheroes, and metahumans alike. It is a fantastical place where literally anything can happen. You will fight robot dinosaurs one day, be in space the next day, and then come back for a fun carnival at the very end. That may or may not be crashed by a villain. That tends to happen here. Every player character brings something special to the table, and you truly never know what is going to happen when dice are involved. We rely heavily on what we call the dice gods to determine a lot of our fates when it comes to this game, making it extra chaotic and fun, but also extra dramatic. Brightside has a really wonderful blend of serious moments, silly moments, you'll laugh, you'll cry. It is truly one of the greatest adventures I've ever been on in my entire life, and I am so thrilled that we had recorded it and that we can produce it and share it with the rest of the world. Everyone involved has been seriously, deeply touched by this campaign. We have forged a found family over this game, over the course of the few years that it ran. Despite it being a very long-form series, we do hope that you will be able to sit back, relax, and enjoy it podcast style if you so desire, and give it a chance. It's one of the most unique stories I've ever told on my channel. In fact, I'd like to share some of my favorite moments from Season 1 with you. Sup, losers? I'm Raven. Wow, you responded! You're an extra loser, I'll remember that. I rolled a 0!
Do it again, I wasn't looking!
Are you okay with me leaving you alone with him, Toby?
Not with a music change like that.
You silence your mouth. We worship that crap.
I do not worship anything.
We do now.
There is no God.
Is it alright if I can work alone on this project this week?
No!
Can comfort crap be my partner?
No! It isn't ever a bright and beautiful day at Brightside.
The weekend. The worst you can do is get what you got before. I mean, really. Yeah. Never mind, you can get worse than 5. You can get down to 0.
Comfort crap.
I'm so sorry I gave you arthritis that one time.
Things we do to help you. Do you want something like an apple or something? Blanket? Some friends? I don't know. What do we do?
Heart zoom on Mustio's face, and that's the end credit.
Look at me! I am Sit! I am Punch Monster! All must fill me in my tormentory goodness!
You mix mac and cheese and tacos in the same bowl.
You'll fit in just fine!
Then pours water over it.
Oh!
Mixes it again.
Why? Like, I'm trying to house you. Why are you cursing us?
Is that Eggman? No, it is not Eggman.
Hold the flare. Get everyone else in here so we can at least detain this doctor for longer.
That was the flare.
That was timed very well. I was good.
There was an old lady on fire. It's cool.
I'm just going to enjoy my final moments.
I survived the Titanic, I'll survive this too.
Just another day in Halcyon. Had to walk to school with flames up to my eyeballs.
Oh, this reminds me of my ex-husband, Satan.
It's finally warm enough in here. I swear they always make these restaurants too damn fucking cold.
I can feel my childhood crumbling. Let's go home.
Thanks for being patient. The stream is currently offline, but we will be live soon. In the meantime, check out these amazing PetPyves projects. We tell a lot of stories here, but none will compare to how important this one is. It's my story. These are the many eras of my life, personified. They will be the characters to share my memories with the world. Wild Child, Blackbird, Parker, Hawley, Haley, Robin, and me, Hawley. This is me, unmasked, ready to heal, ready to share the tale of the Creator. What came before 12, during Origins, after Brightside, the person behind the screen, the one who survived so much to be here today, to be able to tell this story. So, let's begin, so that eventually it can end and a new story can take its place. Persona Project began about a year ago when I decided I wanted to tell my story on my channel. It follows my life but split up into different personas based off of different time periods in my life. We have my inner child, my inner preteen, my inner teen, my inner young adult, my inner adult, and my current self. And it went through many different formats before I finally decided to go with shorts. I started out with obviously writing a book. That didn't really work. I wanted to do comics. That didn't really work. Until I finally settled on animation. As it is one of my most passionate and most prominent skills, I thought it would be most fitting to actually physically show you and tell you exactly what happened in my own story. I'm not the only artist who has made vent art, but this is so much more than a vent. This is about healing. This is about telling my story so my voice is finally heard, so I have closure, and so I can move forward into a better future. My past is very troubling, and it has weighed me down significantly, to the point that I felt I probably couldn't tell any more stories on my channel until I finally addressed what was going on inside. Throughout the years, I have been very private about most things that have happened to me. Upon reflection with working with several therapists, they had concluded that not only was I at the end of my healing journey, but that it would be best for me to tell a personal narrative and to share it so that I may no longer be alone in this suffering, in this trauma survival, and in this coping. I was very much under the impression that what I went through wasn't real, considering most of my life I was lied to, and this was just the means to make it real. There was a point in time where I truly believed that I was never a child. There was a point in time that I just believed that I spawned into existence at 25 years old, and I was a total wreck. And I didn't know why I had PTSD, and I didn't know why I had personality disorders. I didn't understand what was going on internally, and Persona Project helped me look inward. I looked in and found this inner child, this wonderful little wild child who just wanted to play outside, feel the sunshine, and feel free in nature. I found a part of myself that was buried under so many traumatic experiences, buried under so much turmoil and stress and pain, and I pulled her back out into the light. This is a short form series of 1 minute to 2 minute episodes of just random stories throughout my life, whether they be major events or even minor silly things. I truly believe that life is a great balance of good, bad, and ugly. And this series is very raw. It is going to show all of that. My hopes for the series are to help others heal in their own journeys alongside me, without silencing my voice, of course. That is the most important part, is that I am heard, that I am listened to, and that is my ultimate intention with the series. It is just so wonderful that I get to share it and help others along the way. That is all I've ever wanted to do, is change the world. And this is my greatest opportunity. And I'm so fortunate to say that the healing is going very well, and that I'm loving myself with every single word written, frame animated, and episode completed.
Meeting. The eras are meeting today. I hope they all get along. Wow, we're a colorful bunch. Us and our rainbow color schemes, huh?
I always like rainbow stuff. Jim says it means something else, though. Something called gay?
Who's gonna tell her? I think you should tell her, Parks. Don't call me that. I don't trust her. Too damn happy to be real.
Hi! Ew! Why's a baby here? I'm not a baby! I'm 8 years old!
Adorable. Dibs on adopting this one. I think we're the only ones old enough to be parents, and I won't fight you for the frog child. Kids are pretty gross. I'm already a tired mother of 300 OCs. Wouldn't want her nursing the inner child anyway. She's clearly a child herself.
So, you're a bird too, huh?
Seems so. And the good news is, we learned to fly. Eventually. After crawling through hell.
You can fly? Ugh, no fair! I dreamed about flying all the time! Well, keep dreaming, snothead. I guess Robin is the only one who can really fly here. I don't get everything! Ugh! Snothead! I'm making fun of you? Why are you laughing at yourself? Are you stupid? I hate babies. Has everybody seen the big kitty?
Oh god. Did the trickster get to her too? It won't leave me alone. Guess I'm easier prey than a child. Is she talking about me? Or... No. No way I become that self-centered and cringy. There's a really concerning entity wandering around. It's a large, clown-like, geometric cat? I think it embodies depression and anxiety. It's true. The trickster isn't the only entity that wanders here. They also have to worry about showbiz, our obsessive-compulsive disorder, clockwork, our complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and Figment, our avoidant personality disorder. They should be careful. So, Def's not me then.
I like you too, kitty.
OMG, it's been so long since I've gone by kitty. The nostalgia is real. I don't want to talk about it.
Are you emo?
No, I'm not emo.
Oh, that's something an emo person would say. What does emo mean?
Can I leave? Nope, you're stuck with us. But hey, if I had to guess, you're a huge fan of Found Family. I think you'll find we're not all that bad. Huh. They know me. Right, we're here to help each other. We have a lot of healing to do, so why do it alone? But what if we'd rather do it alone? Sorry, but I know you won't even try on your own. You tend to ignore problems. That's why Haley and I struggle more. I know it's ugly, but we won't judge you or love you any less.
I hate crying. Stop crying.
I don't like it either, Blackbird. No boy, can't wait for you all to learn how to feel your feelings. It's safe enough to do that now. No thanks.
Never.
Pass.
I know feelings.
I think we'll all learn a thing or two from Wild Child. But boy, do we have work to do. This is gonna take my whole era, isn't it? So far, I can see some budding friendships amongst the eras. Blackbird and Parker are surprisingly the closest. Sibling energy, even. Haley cares for Wild Child like her own. They seem to adore each other. There's also a lot of conflict stirring. Not many eras get along with Hawley. I think it's because she's the least authentic. I can tell the two youngest are gonna squabble a lot as well. Either way, I'm glad they're all here. I think they will be too. In time.
The stream is currently offline. We'll be live soon. In the meantime, check out these amazing PetPyves projects. Everybody knows Peeves, my mascot, but not many people know that there is actually a series centered around him and his friends. I tried to make it back in 2015, but I just did not have the skill set yet, and I still intend on making Mouse Tales to this day. It is probably going to be another short-form series that comes after Persona Project, featuring a silent film kind of silly animation style, with no talking, just little creatures running around in their world, exploring and having silly adventures together. I've always had a lot of lore for Gigaterra, the planet that Peeves and his friends live on, and they're actually these little guys called devil mice. Think of a devil mouse being, of course, a mouse, a cat, a rabbit, and a kangaroo all mixed together. Devil mice come in all sorts of shapes, sizes, and colors. Some can fly, some can burrow. It's so much fun. I'm excited to explore more of the lore and world building for Gigaterra throughout this series with all of its many creatures, critters, and of course, lots of different devil mice. I intend for Mouse Tales to be very much like a comedy. I want it to make people smile, I want it to make people laugh, and I want people to feel recognized and loved through its inclusivity. The cast of characters is so much fun. Of course we have Peeves. He's just a devilish little guy. He's just an impish little thing who likes to pull pranks and be mischievous. That's why he's the mascot. Tad is the youngest member of the group. They're a very imaginative character, but they're also a very sporty character too. Two character traits that I don't see combined often, so they're very interesting and I can't wait to introduce them more. They're a playful soul. They have that childlike wonder still, and it's so beautiful to see in the story. Roshi is a bit of a showstopper. Roshi is definitely a little romantic at heart, very much a dramatic soul, and I think that he is very charming and fun. Behind that big smile, Roshi is a little bit of a coward. He does have some traits that clash, unfortunately. But one thing's for certain, Roshi and Peeves are best friends. They're actually the two in the group that are the closest. They've been friends forever, and I think it's so cute. And then we have sweet little Marlowe, who is just a adorable, gentle creature who loves bugs, is a little clumsy. Marlowe is definitely the anchor in the group. He's the calm and collected one, and I think that this group probably needs it, because Damari, on the other hand, is the adventurer. She is quite chaotic. She is very much a risk taker and an explorer, and honestly, she's quite greedy. She definitely loves her treasure and loves trinkets and things. She's definitely a little goblin in that sense. And it's amazing to see how much these characters have grown and changed throughout the years, and yet how they stayed the same. I think it's going to be one of the coolest stories I will ever tell, considering this has been our channel mascot since the very beginning, and how I've been so patient and wanting to tell the story for almost a decade now. Watching Peeves and his friends grow throughout the years has been amazing. They've literally grown up with me, and I couldn't be more excited to tell Mouse Tales very soon, because my goodness, it has been long overdue. Just hang in there, Peeves. We'll tell your story soon. Thanks for being patient. The stream is currently offline, but we will be live soon. In the meantime, check out these amazing PetPyves projects. Toka is still very early in development, but it's going to be a very atmospheric series, focused on the environment more so than the characters. Every time I watch cartoons, I always find myself wanting to be in the background of shows, when they give us 3 to 4 second shots of the trees and the animals and the waterfalls and the sky. I can't help but to wonder why we can't just have a whole series of that. So that is what my goal is with Toka. There's a very light storyline about a small forest guardian named Toka who guards the lands of Gigaterra, the same planet that Peeves is from, actually. with Dusty, an explorer and conservationist aiming to save the planet from pollution. I definitely want this series to be one that you can fall asleep to. I want it to be calming. I want it to be a break from the chaotic world around us. I want it to be a place where you can just go into a fantastical world of nature and run alongside with Toka and Dusty and their many adventures as they explore and heal the world. It is going to be a fully animated project with no voice acting, just beautiful music and beautiful visuals. It is probably my most ambitious project, as it is going to be me as the sole animator, but nevertheless, I do look forward to telling this story, as it'll be a much needed one, I'm sure, for many of us, myself included. Like many of my ideas, Toka came to me in a dream, immediately drew out Toka and Dusty. They've been around for many, many years and have been very patient, and soon enough, their story will come to life. Hang in there, the livestream will start very soon. In the meantime, check out these amazing PetPyves projects. Welcome to Wobble Dogs, a very silly game about breeding and raising these, dogs? They're kind of questionable, we don't really know what they are. Creatures that we call dogs. They're very wobbly, they're very wild, and they're very wacky and fun. You can breed dogs, feed them all sorts of funny foods, and watch their gut flourish, and watch their genetics change as they turn into cocoons. Yes, they do that. And we see how the foods alter their genetics. Throughout our playthrough, we've had many creatures join our ranks, such as Greg here, and we've had many dogs, an entire family tree full of stories and very interesting developments. Our stories bring the drama, they bring the silliness, they bring the chaos. Because it's my playthrough, of course it's gonna be full of characters and stories and things that don't even exist in the game. We make it so much fun. Here is some of my favorite moments.
You are literally playing with a piece of poo right now. Like, please stop! Stop! Don't eat it! No! Oh my god, Greg, I hate you so much! Oh, I loathe that creature! That creature! Oh my god! Extinction, did you just bite? Is Extinction, like, throwing Kitchen Floor, like, off the throne and being like, no, your daughter needs to take your place. We don't want any more of your tyranny. There are so many samples on the floor! King of Rats! What the freaking ever-loving heck, dude? What? That's a thing in this game? I'm scared. I'm scared. What in the world? Oh my god, no, dude. Oh, this is going up on the list of war crimes for sure.
The stream is currently offline, but will be live soon. In the meantime, check out these upcoming PetPyves projects. Wander is my most anticipated series yet. It is going to be following gay magic wizards across their fantastical world, and yes, of course, they're going to be able to turn into cats, because everything on my channel is about cats, of course, and this is something that started on Instagram a while ago as a series of comics, and now is going to develop into a series animated much like Persona Project. We're aiming for cast accuracy with this project, so that way we have the true queer and people of color voices represented in this show. Wander has changed so much throughout the years, and is probably going to continue to grow and change before the series is actually finally produced. I even thought it was going to be a comic at some point, and is now actually just going to be a fully animated show. Wander follows Milo, an anxious protagonist, and Finn, a very laid-back protagonist, and their buddy Quinny, whom they summon from another world and have to try to return back after Milo's wand is broken and they have to search for a new one. It's all about exploring the world, letting go of societal norms, and finding your true authentic self. Right now, it is just a series of documents full of lore, and there's going to be so much in-depth world building. The most in-depth world building I think I've ever done, which should say a lot if you know anything about me. It has so much in store and so much great representation, and I am so excited to see where Wander will go in the near future. While you're waiting for the stream, why don't we update ourselves on one of the current PetPyves projects?
A guardian angel's work is never done. I changed the fates of 12 other people across the world. And now, it's time for me to change my own. This is about my destiny. I want to prove to you how real this is. Please, let me be your guardian angel. We can change our futures. This is for the sake of my life, my destiny, the future of my children! But do you remember how this all began?
I'm gonna go into some pretty in-depth details about the future of our animatic series Origins. It's basically been a very, very long and tedious project that has been going on for over 5 years. The concept is to make a prequel-sequel series to the very first cartoon I ever made on my channel, 12. But needless to say, halfway through production, I was in college and going through a lot of stuff at the time, and it never really got to see the light of day in the way that it really needed to. We're gonna find the best way to give the Origins reboot the reboot it deserves. Now, I've already finished season 1 of Origins, and I feel that that is good where it's at. But when it comes to season 2, I really kind of have completely developed like an entire new art style, an entire new way of doing things here on my channel. So I really want to make sure that I'm covering all my bases and making sure that it turns out the best that it absolutely can be. So I went ahead and made a great little comparison of all the different styles of animation I could possibly use, and we're gonna weigh the pros and cons of each one. Original animatic.
Hey, so you're, Violet?
Yep, you must be Rose.
Yeah, that's me. We just moved here a few days ago.
Wow, that sounds pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was.
So, you're Violet? Nice to meet you. I'm Aster.
Aster, nice. Hey, if you guys ever need someone to hang with, you can always count me in.
This is the original animatic style, which is basically, I would go into an animation program, draw everything out from backgrounds to characters to effects. I basically get to like mass export layer by layer, so it was really great. It was just like literally almost instant. I would have like thousands of frames exported. But the only problem with that is that I then had to take all of those frames and then individually tween them in another program. Very tediously so. And that's kind of how the style of Origins came about. That little crossfade, kind of like slightly tweened, kind of moving pictures kind of style, was this original kind of idea of taking the animation program and then just doing most of the heavy lifting for the quote-unquote animation in the editing program. New animatic.
Hey, So you're, Violet?
Yep, you must be Rose.
Yeah, that's me. We just moved here a few days ago.
Wow, that sounds pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was.
So, you're Violet? Nice to meet you. I'm Aster.
Aster, nice. Hey, if you guys ever need someone to hang with, you can always count me in.
With the new animatic, I'd be using a completely different program to do the artwork. It wouldn't be built for animation, I'd be using just an artwork kind of program where you could make comics and you can use models and you can use all these really awesome fancy features. And they also have really amazing overlays and really good types of brushes and things to make the artwork look so good. I mean, it is gorgeous. Don't get me wrong, it is beautiful. But the painful thing is that anytime I wanted a pattern, I had to draw it and then cut and paste it onto something and then erase it, and it was just a whole mess. I don't have any stamp tools, essentially. And I had to individually shade and do the lighting on each individual frame, which was extremely tedious. Oh my goodness. New animation.
Hey, so you're, Violet?
Yep, you must be Rose.
Yeah, that's me. We just moved here a few days ago.
Wow, that sounds pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was.
So, you're Violet? Nice to meet you. I'm Aster.
Aster, nice. Hey, if you guys ever need someone to hang with, you can always count me in.
Now for the new animation that I can never stop gushing about, I basically put this into the Persona Project style. All my shorts and TikTok animated styles, I basically combined everything to see what it would be like to kind of fully animate this. When I say fully animate, I mean this is like mostly animated. It's like as animated as it could be without being like extremely tedious and having to do a lot of in-betweens and a lot of retracing and all that fun stuff to make it like really smooth. It's just like a kind of a fun, bouncy kind of vibe, just like Persona Project and all my TikToks. Honestly, with all of this testing I have done and all of the meticulous notes I have taken while doing this, the amount of time that it takes, the amount of energy it took, the motivation that I had, all of the important things to make a series come to life, it seems that the new animation is going to be my top choice. I really think I'm going to end up going with this. I really think it would make Hawley and Parker era very happy to see it come to life in a way that they never could have imagined. We're still busy getting ready for the live stream. In the meantime, why don't you check out some of these animation projects that'll either be released publicly or will not be completed. These are works in progress and or discontinued animation projects.